Hi, good morning students. Welcome back to your lecture of geography with Veena Iyer. Here I am with you with a new lesson in geography, that is importance of oceans. So today we are going to learn something about oceans and its importance in the video of part 1 and part 2. So let's begin with part 1 of your lesson number 6, importance of oceans. Before beginning to the importance of oceans, let us conduct an activity over here. Let us see how salt is obtained from salt pan. Take some water in a steel dish. It is better if the water is from the borewell. Keep the water in direct sunlight. Wait till the water gets evaporated completely. Observe the results at last. Now, what do you see in this? Whatever you get as remaining substance, just taste it and feel it. So, can you answer me? Right. We had noticed that after the water evaporated completely, a whitish layer is left in the dish. And when you tasted it, it was salty. Now these are the salts that was present in the water. There is less proportion of salt in the drinking water that we use in a house. But when compared to the oceans and seas, the water in it has greater amount of salt. Understood? So here something in the lesson we are going to compare the salts and the oceans and various food items that we get from oceans and seas, or I could say water bodies in the earth. Now, where do we get water from? Yes, from the rain. Now, all the water bodies located on the surface of the earth are included in the hydrosphere. What is hydrosphere? The groundwater, oceans, sea, lake, reservoirs, all are in the hydrosphere. Among these, 97.7% of water is in the oceans. So let's measure the area of each ocean that is surrounded by the earth. Pacific Ocean, as per the area square kilometers per square kilometers, it's 166240977. That is, when you count it, you have to go like 16 crores 62 lakh 40,977. Atlantic Ocean, 8 crores 65 lakhs 57,402. Indian Ocean, 7 crores 34 lakhs 26,163. Southern Ocean, 2 crores 3 lakhs 27,000 square kilometers. Arctic Ocean, 1 crore 32 lakhs 24,479 square kilometers. Now it's time to prepare our breakfast. So let's prepare today's breakfast together. Now I'll say the ingredients. Take it. 1 bowl rice flakes, that is pohe, 1 teaspoon of oil, 1 tomato and a small onion diced. Chili powder to taste. Now take all these things and keep it ready and start preparing the food. Take the ingredients. First, onion and tomato, just saute it in 1 teaspoon of oil. Then add chili powder to it. Once you saute it properly, then add 1 bowl of rice flakes. Nicely mix it and just shift it towards a serving plate. Taste it. What do you find? Yes, there is something missing where you can't find the actual sense of the food. Let's add some salt and again taste it. Now, is there a difference? Yes. So what difference do you notice in the dish earlier and later? What do you think made the dish tasty? Yes, the rice flakes are much tastier than the earlier one. What made it tasty is addition of salt. For what other purpose do you see the last ingredient at home? We use it for variety of dishes and even in sherbets. From where do we get this ingredient? You know? Okay, we get it from the salty water of sea and oceans. Now let's know more about the salt. The salt is obtained by constructing salt pans in coastal areas. Do you know what is salt pans? Okay, the place in coastal areas where salt is produced from salty water of sea or ocean is called as salt pans, as shown the diagram over here. Understanding it? Okay. Now, what is salinity? If we observe the living world and surrounding, we realize that diversity of living things on land is large. But in hydrosphere, just now I discussed you what all things comes under hydrosphere, but there the diversity of living things as in land is more, but when we compare it to hydrosphere, it is less. From the microscopic planktons that we have learned in our previous lesson to the giant whales, different types of living things are found in oceans. Once they die, all the remains accumulate in the oceans. And these dead remains of volcanic eruptions, whatever get accumulated, they convert themselves into the form of saline, that is salt, which we have in our food. All this process goes under the seas and oceans. Now, all the rivers, just as we saw in salinity, volcanic eruptions occur in land, but they also occur in oceans. Due to the volcanic eruption, different minerals, ashes, salts, gases gets added to the water. Even this is one of the reason for the salinity in the ocean, that is saltiness. Now all the rivers flow from the hills and mountains to meet the oceans. Now when they flow, as shown here, when they flow like this, what happens? They carry various things like sediments from eroded land, trees and bushes, dead remains, etc. in the oceans. We know that the ocean water gets evaporated continuously. Due to this, the proportion of salt in the water increases. Hence, this process that we have learned is something called as salinity. Now, salinity means saltiness or dissolved salt content of body of water. Salinity of different ocean is different. How salinity is expressed? It is expressed in terms of mils. What is mils? Particles per thousand. The average salinity of water in oceanic water is 35 particles per thousand. That is 35 mils. Now, as I said, salinity is different in different ocean. The Dead Sea is known to have maximum salinity. Its salinity is 332 particles per thousand, or I could say 332 mils. Understood? Now, what is this? It's mouth watering, right? All are feeling to have your lunch now itself. It's yet time to come. So let us see what all are these things. First, it's rice, then chicken, then sabudana vada, one of the famous dish which we find in Maharashtra. Fish, talipit, idli, mutton, paratha, prawns and vada pav. So I guess many have thought now itself to go to the kitchen and have it. But let's learn it and then we'll have it. Now just answer me, which of these food items shown here are non-veg? Okay, chicken, fish, prawns are non-veg, right? Now which are prepared from aquatic creatures? Fish and prawns. Very good. Now where do we get them? Okay, we get them from rivers, lakes and oceans, even from seas. So let's learn more about this in the upcoming slides. Now in India, prawns or kolambi, clams or tisri, crabs, seerfish or surmai, mackerel or bangla, pomfret or paplet, Indian shark or mori, Indian salmon or rawas are mainly consumed by us in our diet. Now as we saw, amount of fishes obtained from oceans is much more than rivers or lakes. So hence make it a point that oceans are also so important in our life as it is for rivers, lakes or normal water that we drink in our house. So even seas and oceans are to be maintained properly without throwing any kind of garbage or any stuff in it. So let us learn about these things in the upcoming video of geography, that is in part 2. Thank you students for watching the video. Now I'll see you back in the next part of geography video. Thank you once again.